Uranium has gone through quite a structural change since 2011. We've gone to a 9-year low in the commodity price. We've now seen that bottom out and the price moving forward. I'll go through the market in some detail. GoviEx stands out from its peers because it has 2 fully permitted projects. It took us 4 months to permit a project in Niger. It takes 10 to 15 years to permit a project in Canada.
现在我给大家介绍一个铀矿公司在过去的9年中间，可以说2011以后整个那个铀矿经历了一个漫长的熊市，现在终于要从熊市中间走出来。我们呢这个公司呢为什么在9年中间能够生存，是因为我们在尼日尔有2个全面许可的铀矿的项目。
So really this slide just gives us the summary of what I'm going to say repeatedly through this presentation. We have a very large mineral resource. We have 260 million pounds of uranium in the ground. But we have a lot of exploration upside. We stopped at this resource simply because we had enough to put together a 21-year and 11-year mine life.
这地方我补充一点，就是这个话哈，这个公司为什么叫GoviEx， 是因为Robert Phelan 的儿子呢叫 Govin， 所以呢他就你可以看到前面也是用名字拼出来的这个公司哈。I just say why 我靠这个 GoviEx。他说呢，整个呢这个地方呢可以告诉在座的各位。这个矿区呢有非常多的这个铀矿，有超过2亿6千万磅的这个铀矿。我们呢为什么只做了这么多的勘探呢？是我们觉得现在这么多的资源已经够了，所以呢未来的勘探潜力呢还是非常的大。
So we have a lot of exploration upside in our Mali project, and I'll come to that. We've got about only 5% of the property drilled. In Zambia, about 20%. In Niger, 10% of our properties. A lot of exploration upside still. But this isn't about exploration. This is about building mines and taking projects through and getting the re-rate as a result of that.
这个公司呢，就是有很多的勘探的潜力。你比方在马里的项目才勘探了5%。在那个赞比亚也只有勘探了10%而已。但是呢，今天我们不是给大家要讲一个勘探的故事，这是一个开发的项目，也就是说要建矿的这个项目。
So we've put together the team to build the mines. We've got the mines to build. We have got a strong development pipeline. Again, most of our peers only have 1 project. We actually have 3 projects, of which 2 of them are already permitted.
一般的矿业公司呢，可能一般的只有1个项目，但是呢，我们是有3个项目，有2个项目已经全面得到了许可。
Just from an investment point of view, I'll make this point later, but the best performing shares in the last uranium cycle were a company called Paladin Energy and a company called Energy Fuels. The whole sector in the last cycle, and the uranium price went very high, went up 2,000%. Paladin went 10,000%. Energy Fuels went up 5,000%. Why did those 2 go higher than everything else? Why did those 2 go better than everything else? Simply because they built mines. They were the outstanding mine builders of the last cycle, and that's what differentiated them.
他讲呢，在上一波就是铀矿这个投资的这个中间的最好的2个案例呢，一个叫帕拉丁铀矿，另外一个呢叫 Energy Fuel， 就是这个公司。这2个呢最好的这个2个回报呢，正好都是我都研究过的公司，回报都超过100倍的这种回报。它的核心呢是在于他们建矿。也就是说，铀矿你得搞生产才能赚到钱。
Okay, so we're only in Africa. We actually like being in Africa. We find it a very easy place to operate in comparison to many jurisdictions. Why? Because we've gone into mining jurisdictions. One of the key things to remember is permitting is one of your risks. In Africa, most of the governments have, like Niger, 60 to 70% of their exports annually are commodities, and therefore they are driven by commodities. unlike a country like Canada, where it's only 5 to 10%, makes a much bigger difference to the way they operate.
我们这个公司呢是在非洲，并且呢我们非常高兴，我们这个公司呢是能够在非洲，因为呢在非洲这些国家呢比较容易获得矿业开采的许可。可能刚才有一句话我没有翻译。在尼日尔，你许可一个矿呢，4个月就可以办完许可证，在加拿大可能要7到8年，所以呢是非常的不同的这个情况。所以呢，在非洲的好处呢，像尼日尔这个国家，它的出口的60%、70%的这个出口的这个价值呢，都来自于矿产品的出口，所以对整个矿业它是极为支持的。
Importantly, also, the mining codes have not changed, particularly in Niger, which is our primary project, since 2006. In fact, the 2006 mining code was an addendum of the previous versions. So no major changes to government, so politically stable operations, but also driven by a standardized business law that covers the whole of West Africa.
另外一点呢，就是整个这个国家尼日尔它的这个矿业法呢，从2006年到现在呢都没有进行过什么大的修改，所以呢非常的稳定。这个国家呢非常的稳定，并且呢整个商业的法呢，整个西非地区他们采取了一个类似标准的这个商业法，大家呢都非常稳定，也符合这个规矩。
So politically stable mining regions are very focused on getting commodities out. So let's go onto the sector.
所以呢，政治稳定，然后呢，欢迎矿业，这就是我们希望投资的国家。我们来看看具体的这个行业。
Obviously, the uranium sector took something of a beating in 2011 as a result of the Fukushima disaster. Interestingly, as a sector, there have only been 44 people killed by nuclear accidents since they started building nuclear reactors.
这个行业呢是在2011年311的时候，日本这个 Fukushima 的这个核发电站出了事故以后，引起了整个全世界对铀矿呢就是恐慌。但是呢，从整个人类使用核能的这个历史上，总共只有44个人死了，因为这个行业。
Okay, so in 2011, what happened to the demand side was that Japan turned off 16% of the world's demand for nuclear energy by turning off all 56 of its reactors.
就是2011年呢，是日本呢把它的就是所有的这个核电都给暂时停下来了。它是呢整个影响全世界16%的就是铀矿的供应。然后呢，整个57个这个机组呢都停下来，所以呢影响巨大。
At the same time, the Germanic states in Europe did the same thing, with Germany currently shutting down its reactor fleet and Switzerland deciding to close its reactors.
所以呢，跟随着日本呢，像德国，我们大家都知道，就准备把它的核电全部退出来。在瑞士、瑞典，他们呢也准备做这个事情，所以欧洲是紧随其后。
And China decided to stall the phase 3 construction of new reactors to go forward, which was planned to start in 2011. The plan was to build in phase 3 from 2011, and they stopped it.
Okay.
And waited to start again.
中国的情况呢是在在2011年，本来第3期核电的建设就应该启动，但是因为这个事故的原因，所以呢就停了下来。
Since then, we've had a major political shift around the world, effectively with clean energy. The commitments of the Kyoto Agreement and the Paris Agreement have fundamentally changed the way governments around the world look at air pollution.
从那个之后呢，全世界能源方面呢也发生了一些根本性政治方面发生了一些变化，主要是关注全球碳排放和空气污染的原因，所以呢又重新看这事儿。
So now we're in a situation where China has restarted phase 3. They did a complete safety review of all reactors post-Fukushima. China is currently estimated to be targeting 8 new reactors a year to be built.
在这之后呢，中国把自己所有的核发电站呢都进行了一番评估，然后呢现在呢又开始了第3期核电的建设，说明这个是安全的。
Japan has come out and made it very clear that they want 20% of their nuclear energy generation to be nuclear. That will require 30 of the original 56 reactors to run, and they're currently on 9.
同时呢，日本呢也非常清楚地表明，他们希望他们20%的能源呢还是核电的发展，所以呢，他们还需要他们原先57个关闭的这个核电站呢要恢复20几座。
Other growing areas are now India, with a growth rate similar to China, but at the beginning, and the Arab states who have realized that they cannot rely on oil and have to have clean energy themselves.
另外一个呢是印度，印度呢也准备开始建设，但是呢，印度人的这个步伐恐怕是进展比较慢的。
Okay, and the US and Europe remain fairly stable at about the 20% level. We'll come back onto the US a bit later.
美国和欧洲呢都是20%的这个能源会来自于核电，我们一会儿还会详细探讨一下这个事情。
So while we've got growing energy, we actually have the fastest build rate of reactors that we've seen for the last 25 years, and it's actually accelerating. Importantly, it's actually on target for something called the Harmony Program.
我们在过去25年中间呢，可以说这个核电站的建设速度非常快，是一个整个这个目标呢叫和谐目标。
Okay, what the Harmony Program is because 7 million people a year die from carbon dioxide emissions. So what they have basically figured out, which is how much nuclear generation do you have to have within a total energy package to be able to keep air temperatures down less than 2-degree increases by 2050. What was interesting is that the World Nuclear Association came up with a number of an additional 1,000 gigawatts of power. Your standard reactor is somewhere like 1.5 gigawatts. So that's a lot of new reactors need to be built.
这个地方呢，和谐目标是什么呢？是因为在过去呢，每年有700万的人口呢，是因为这个二氧化碳、这个空气污染，这个引起的死亡。所以呢，就是他们准备在2050年，整个全球的温度不超过2度的这样的升温，所以呢，就计算出来整个的多少数的这个电呢应该是核电，未来核电的整个这个计算的量呢是1000兆瓦，就是 GW 这个单位是非常大的一个单位。
What is interesting, and obviously the World Nuclear Association would tell you that they need to build lots of reactors, but what is interesting is the United Nations Energy Council did a similar review independently with the 16 most energy generating countries in the world and came up with exactly the same answer. What is interesting as well is the United Nations has tended not to talk to the nuclear industry because of the World Bank affiliation. So that whole area is now changing, and the World Nuclear Association is now part of the United Nations Energy Council.
这个地方讲到这个重点，实际上联合国能源署呢，他们也进行了这个评估，得出来的结论呢是完全一样的这个结论。但是呢，因为能源署跟那个就是世界银行的关系呢，所以呢他们并没有这样去说。这个背后呢有些东西我还不是特别清楚。
One last point on this slide is historically one of the problems is that every reactor being built has been bespoke. It's a brand new design, it's taken a lot of permitting. What is being done now in China is a complete standardization. What is highlighted is that reactor build rates are dropping very fast. More importantly, the cost of building reactors is dropping at the same time. EDF in the UK reckon if they build the same Hinkley Point reactor to the same design, it will cost 20 to 25% less. and take 20% less time to build the same reactor.
另外一个呢，就是经过这几年的发展，实际上整个核电站的建设呢，都是用一个标准化，越来越，特别是中国这个核电方面，用一个标准化的方式，建造的速度呢要快20%，成本呢还低20%，所以呢，真正的就是说费用呢是下降的。
So just on energy energy demand globally around the world is forecast to grow by considerable volumes. Whether you're looking at BP, Exxon, IEA, any of these all have substantial energy growth programs going forward. It's how that energy is being met. In this case here, Exxon and BP, they're looking at a 70% growth between now and 2040 of the nuclear industry to meet what's required.
这个地方是从全球的能源供需方面进行的评价。根据 BP 公司因为每年他们发布一个这个非常详细的未来能源的需求这个报告，你可以看到整个这个不同组分各种能源的需求对核电的需求呢是可以说是需要70%的增加到2040年。
Right, so if we look at the supply side of it, great demand, much more pressure onto nuclear. One of the benefits of nuclear as well is it comes in a lot faster. You can bring a lot more clean energy in using nuclear than you can with clean energy.
刚才是讲的需求方面非常的旺盛，因为核能源可以快速的产生大量的清洁能源。
And as Germany and California is finding, going to the clean energy route isn't particularly working. Germany has spent $450 billion on clean energy sources, and their carbon emissions are identical as they were when they started the program.
另外一个呢，像德国和那个佛罗里达州呢，都是做能源方面的研究。德国要花4000多亿美元，然后呢才能达到同样的目标。
For that same amount of money, they could have actually replaced all of their energy supply with nuclear and had 100% clean energy.
所以呢，真正花同样多的钱，实际上可以把这些钱全投到核电方面，完全都是用清洁能源。
So the other reason we're seeing a growth, particularly in the Chinese market, is nuclear energy is actually a very cheap energy source. There was an article, I've seen articles in the US, but there's one I saw yesterday for the US market. Nuclear is costing about $150 a megawatt. Coal is 161 and renewables are 200. So that is why people are going to nuclear.
另外一个原因呢是这个核的清洁能源，它的整个的成本呢是更加低。比方说核电是150几美元然后煤可能是160几美元然后呢其他类型的新能源是200美元以上。
Okay, so we've got good growth. What about the other side, the supply side? Supply side has seen a major shutback in the last couple of years. We had growth, particularly from Canada and Kazatomprom, post Fukushima. This is because they'd already spent the money on the mines and they were developing them up. But in the last couple of years, we've seen both Cameco in Canada and Kazatomprom pulling production back. The most pertinent point of that is Canada, who shut the McArthur River mine, which is in Canada. McArthur River is probably the crown jewel uranium mine that's out there. It is very large, very high grade. It produces 18 million pounds a year. Cameco basically shut it and said there's no point of digging uranium out of this mine because we can buy it cheaper in the spot market. So instead of flooding the market, we will now meet our contracts from this mine from the spot market. We will buy inventory where we can find it, and we will pull down inventories to do that. And they put that mine plus 3 others of theirs on indefinite shutdown. So we've now got the market to go into a supply deficit.
刚才是讲了需求，现在讲供应。真正世界上是2个大的国家在生产铀矿，一个是哈萨克斯坦，一个是加拿大。可能大家在过去看到加拿大和哈萨克斯坦呢都进行了减产。特别是加拿大一个矿是 Chemical，就是加拿大最大的铀矿公司的 品位最高的一个 Matanga River， 就是这个公司的这个最好的矿呢进行了关闭，这些矿的品位呢都非常的高。为什么像 Chemical 这样一个大型公司，它要关掉自己这么好的矿山，然后呢去从市场上买一些铀矿卖给他原先签的合同呢？是因为远远的低于它的生产成本，也就是市场价低于它的生产成本，所以呢，他宁愿在市场上买这个产品交付给原先签订的合约的价格，所以呢，整个铀矿供应方面呢，实际上是大幅减产。
The next problem the industry has to deal with in the medium term, 20% of global production will close. These are mines that have come to the end of their mine life. Two of them are in Niger, one of them is actually in Canada, and there's one in Namibia as well. So these are mines that are finished, they need to be replaced. The problem is the current uranium price does not incentivize the building of new mines.
另外一个呢是在中期的看一下供应，实际上全球范围也有20%左右的这个铀矿呢已经生产完毕，也就自然闭坑了。所以呢，这个有加拿大有一个，非洲尼日尔一个，还有另外一个地方。因为目前的这个低价位呢，对现有的就是已知的矿呢，大家没有积极性去建这个矿山，所以呢，需求也还是非常的旺盛。
Just have to mention it, there is a secondary sale program that goes on in the uranium industry as well. It's about £40 million of the total 180. That is also in decline. Most of that is coming from enriched Russian sales, out of US government sales as well. Those are in decline.
另外一个呢，还有一些其他方面的，就是就次要的，就是这个销售呢也下降。可能其实大家呢就是不明说，就是说原来一些的核武器里边的这个铀呢拿出来就进行稀释以后就拿到市场上去卖掉了，但是呢现在卖的就越来越少了。
And my last slide on the sector, and I apologize for so much on the sector, but it's not written about much, so a bit more information.
但是这最后一个有关这个行业的东西有点长了。
So the last problem the industry has is that the utilities tend to buy 80% of their uranium under contract. Only 20% of any of the material that's consumed is bought under the spot market. The problem is they did a massive contracting period between 2004 and 2010. Those contracts are unwinding, and that's what this graph on the left, this side is showing, is that those contracts are unwinding, and they unwind very quickly once they start to turn. The problem is that Cameco, which is one of the largest contractors, will not contract at today's price, refuses to do so. It has basically come out and said, and the contract price today is $32 a pound. The spot price is at $28. Cameco want a $50 contract price before they will restart their mine. They have now put the market in a supply deficit, and they will not bring that mine back until they can see $50 contract.
Good luck.
They'll get it.
这个地方呢，就是讲这个市场上，实际上呢，就刚才讲，就是像 Chemical 这样公司呢，它是在04年到12年期间呢，签订了这个死约，也就是说，固定价格$32一磅的这个价格，但市场价格呢都是在$28左右。所以呢，目前呢，就是说马上这些合同呢都要进行重新签新的供应合同。可是呢 ，Chemical 呢就要求要签就签$50一磅，否则的话我这些矿山就不复产。所以呢，他们正在这个较劲吧。
So we now have a market and a supply deficit, and we have a duopoly controlling the price. So Kazatomprom is acting like OPEC. They can push and pull, but they have a market maker. So unlike OPEC, which can only push and pull from one end, in the uranium sector you have Cameco who want a price, so they're the market maker of the price. So Kazatomprom are basically sitting back and just saying, we won't produce any more until you get the price that you want. So both of them have basically put the market into a big supply deficit. What is happening is that utilities are now pulling down their inventories. That is fine while you have inventory. The problem is when your inventories start to get too low and you've got to go and get a contract, there's only two places to go and get, and one of them is Cameco to go and get it.
另外一个呢，就是刚才讲的，就是说实际上这些发电公司呢，大约20%的供应呢才是在市场上采购，剩下的都是长期合同，就是我们讲32美元的这个东西。另外一个供应呢，就是哈萨克斯坦，目前呢也不增产，跟Chemical 说，只要你们就是没达到你们想要的这个价格，我们也不去增这个产。所以呢，目前来说呢，由 Chemical 和哈萨克斯坦国家铀业公司呢控制了这个整个市场，是让这个市场上现在供应不足。
Okay, so enough about the uranium market. Let's talk about GoviEx. Why is it important to GoviEx? It's important to GoviEx because GoviEx is permitted. When the uranium price gets to the level that we need it to justify our construction, and we're working on that issue now, we can actually start building our mines because they have all of their permits. They are fully permitted to be built and start construction.
现在终于到了我们具体的项目。GoviEx 这个公司呢，为什么很重要？是因为我们整个这个项目已经完全得到了所有的许可，现在马上就可以建设这个项目。
And it can get into the market now. So it's about 1 year we've got to finish the final feasibility study and debt, 2 years to construct. So in 3 years we can be producing uranium. There are some very high quality projects in Canada. They are going to be 10 years in the permitting stage. They will not be here for this cycle. So if you're looking for the companies that can convert into cash flow because of a rising uranium price and that re-rate, then that's where we sit in.
我们呢就是今年2019年呢将会完成最后的确定性可行性研究报告然后呢花2年的时间建矿，也就是说3年我们就可以投产，完全能够赶上这一波铀矿的这个价格的上涨。如果同样的在加拿大类似的项目的话，你需要10年去获得许可。你赶不上这一波未来即将来临的这个铀矿的价格上涨。
So just brief comment on the projects. This is the first one. This is the largest of the three we have. This is Matanga. It's in Niger. It's right in the middle of the Sahara Desert. The scenery is really boring, totally flat. These two towns here are Arlet and Akokan. Arlet and Akokan belong to Areva, or Orano as they're now known. 8% of the world's uranium has been produced from those towns there since 1971. So 140,000 tons of uranium have come out from within 10 k's of our operation. So all the infrastructure is, the road runs up here, power line, there are surprisingly tons of water. We have to dewater the mine to be able to start producing uranium out of it, even though we're in the middle of the Sahara Desert where the average temperature is 30 degrees a year with 10 millimeters of rain.
How do you pronounce it?
Matanga.
Matanga.
这个呢就是这个项目的现场，大家可以看到，这个是完全在撒哈拉大沙漠的中间，非常的平那个骆驼站的那地方离这个项目呢只有10公里的地方呢是法国铀业公司Areva最大的就是这个铀矿就在那地方生产，只有10公里。所以呢，整个交通运输都非常的方便这个地方呢，尽管在沙漠里一年只有10厘米的这个水的降水量，但是呢，我们这个项目的水呢是超多，以至于还得去排水。
Okay, so we currently have this all the way to pre-feasibility study. What we've been doing is really focusing on 3 things at the moment. The first one is the final feasibility study. We have gone back through and we're looking at cutting our capital costs and our operating costs. We left a lot of things in the pre-feasibility study that we can take out again. So our focus at the moment is optimization on that, looking at the way we're looking at the process route, moving the pilot plant, so it actually stands on top of the open pit mine. Those are things we can do. We're already talking to the debt side. Interestingly, because we're in Africa, we can access export credit-backed financing. Very important because the export credit agencies provide insurance coverage to the lending banks. So they will get 100% political risk insurance and up to 80% commercial risk insurance from the export credit agency. So we're dealing with European and African banks, and a Canadian ECA as well on this one. So very interesting that because we're in Africa, we can get the debt financing in place. We've also started the initial conversations on the offtake, but the plan for us is basically finish everything in one go, then go into construction.
这个呢就是整个项目的一些核心的数据。我们呢正在对这个原来初步可行性研究呢进行优化，降低整个的成本。所以呢就是应该比原先预定的这个资本投入呢要低一些。正是因为我们在非洲，我们可以获得出口银行信贷，然后呢可以获得，因为这些银行呢非常愿意做这个信贷，100%的政治保险，80%的商业保险。所以呢目前呢非洲银行、欧洲银行、加拿大出口银行都愿意做这个生意，所以呢这是在非洲的一个优点。
It's very simple mining, open pit, sandstone, very easy to acid leach, and in a very benign environment.
这个矿的开采说实在非常简单，露天矿开采，然后呢是砂岩，然后呢直接堆起，所以是请出，所以呢应该讲是非常简单的一个操作。
This is our second project, also already permitted. This is Matanga, which is in Zambia. It's right next to Lake Kariba.
第二个项目是在赞比亚的 Matanga 这个项目，也是完全许可好的，就是批好的。
We have over 140 kilometers of strike length here. These are our known deposits. What is interesting is this is all mine permitted. We've done all the initial exploration. They have a number of drill targets in here. So it could be a lot bigger from a resource point of view and mine point of view.
这个项目的特点呢，就是整个有140公里长的这个走向都是属于这个公司的，所以呢，目前呢只是在其中的一个小的区域进行了勘探。这个项目可以开发到很大的规模，目前也获得了所有的许可。
It's a very shallow open pit operation. Heap leach it will be. One of the benefits that this project has, it has very low consumption of sulfuric acid.
这个呢是一个非常浅的露天矿，用堆砌的方式，并且它对这个酸的这个消耗量呢是比较低，所以呢很容易。
In Niger, acid is 10% of our total cost, and we consume 70 kgs a ton of rock for acid.
在尼日尔的那个矿呢，就是有10%的操作成本呢都是酸的这个费用，所以呢这个地方要便宜很多。
In Zambia, we'll only consume 5, and we're in the copper belt that produces sulfuric acid as a byproduct.
这个地方呢大概只需要就是5公斤左右的，就是这个酸并且呢是因为在著名的铜带省。这个地方有很多的酸，所以很便宜。
Just a bit of background on myself. I am a mining engineer by background. I've worked in Africa. I've worked in Russia. I've worked in South America. I've worked in Canada. I've worked in gold, manganese, molybdenum, diamonds, pulp and paper, and I've also spent 7 years as an rated equity analyst, part of a global number one mining team. So, kind of had a wide-ranging experience.
这个是他介绍一下他自己，他是一个采矿工程师在非洲、欧洲北美都工作过然后呢就是做过很多种在俄罗斯也工作过很多种矿物他都做过，也后来呢又到投行中间做分析师，所以呢他的经验呢比较宽广。
Okay, the rest of my team again you can read these for yourself, have very long histories in the mining industry.
其他的整个团队的人呢，我就不一一介绍。你可以看到都是矿业界的大佬，大家都知道这个都是有名的人呐。
Just some highlights from the board. Govind Friedland, son of Robert Friedland. David Cates is the CEO of Denison Mines, which is owned by the Lundin family, and Uranium Participation Corp, which is a Uranium ETF holding physical.
这地方稍微点一下，就 Govind 刚才介绍了是 Robert Freeland， 就是 艾芬豪老板的儿子。第二个是 David Hayes， 他是另外一家加拿大叫 Dennis 就是铀矿公司的就是CEO， 也是 Uranium Participation。如果我们在玩铀矿的人都知道这是专门收购铀饼就是这个黄饼的一家公司，也非常好。
The other one to note on is a guy called Benoit Lassalle. Benoit Lassalle founded a gold company called Semafo. It's probably one of the most successful West African gold companies for a long time. He's also the chairman of the Canadian African Council, so he's pretty well known by all the presidents and senior ministers across West Africa.
另外一个呢，他是在做金矿的，也是非常有名，在西非地区非常有名的。刚才讲那个 David， 他说讲 Denison Mine， 那个是加拿大做矿啊，就像这个大家族一样。这是伦丁家族的，然后呢有艾芬豪家族的，然后呢有这个 Robert Sally 他们的这种家族的，所以大家可以看到这是加拿大做矿的一种特点。
Some major shareholders in here in the case of Denison, Ivanhoe and Cameco. We've got about $3 million of cash. That's fine for what we need to do at the moment. When we need the funding to build the project, we will do that with the debt and the offtake alongside. Of the shareholding that's not with the majors, about half of that's institutional, the rest is retail. We trade about 1% of our free float on a daily basis in combination of the OTC and the TSXV, so very liquid stock.
这个呢是他们主要的股东了。刚才讲就是像 Denison 矿山，就是伦丁家族，艾芬豪家族，还有 Cameco 是世界上最大的上市的铀矿公司了。还有就是说其他的你可以看到有70%，实际上一半是零售的人，一半是基金在拥有。每天的交易量呢是整个公司的股份的1%以上，所以呢是非常的流动性非常好。
Promise, second to the last slide. Okay, this basically is enterprise value per pound of resource in the ground. It's what most of the analysts use as a benchmark to value companies. What is interesting is all of those companies with a rising uranium price will go up. Doesn't matter which one you buy, they'll all go up. They're all uranium companies. The difference is GoviEx is one of the few that's permitted on this side who can get from this chart to that chart. This is the developers, that is the producers. The producers that trade at 3 times the valuation of the developers. Obviously they put the capital in, but that is the re-rate, and that's why Paladin and Energy Fuels outperformed by such a large margin in the last cycle.
这个地方是讲这个股票的这个估值。这一组呢是生产矿，那呢是就是还没有生产的，但是呢，它让大家要看到每个公司的估值这个市值就是企业价值和它的股票值的资比。因为呢 GoviEx 已经完全许可了，很快的就能从那边跳到这边来，然后呢，整个有一个当然需要资本啊，需要资本以后呢，你整个这个估值就可以大幅的提高，所以呢，这是升值的空间。
One other point, in the last cycle, the 3 largest takeout transactions were all in Africa. Smallest of those was 1.2 billion for a project, half the size of ours in Tanzania, which is not going anywhere. The largest was 2.4 for Husab. So big deals get done in Africa. Why? Because the companies coming in can control them 100%, which they can't do in Canada.
在上一次铀矿的就是大爆发的这个阶段嘛，也就是说赚钱阶段，发生了就是2到3起这个并购，最少的一个也都是10几亿美元，最大的一个呢20几亿美元。所以呢，都是在非洲发生。为什么在非洲呢？因为非洲这些地方，你外资可以100%去控股，在加拿大是不允许的。所以呢，这为什么非洲会发生这样的并购
？So lastly, we're very positive on the uranium market and where the uranium price is going. GoviEx is a fully permitted company with 2 projects that can build, convert to cash flow. That, with a rising uranium price, is talking rising share price and re-rate. Thank you.